Hi guys, welcome to the JG Show. I'm in the ring with Gal. Gal is from Mexico and she's going to tell us a lot about her boxing history, amateur and almost turning pro, and much, much more. Let's do it.
Hi guys, my name is Gala. As John said, I'm Mexican. And yeah, I'm here with you to talk about a little bit of Mexican boxing.
Mexican boxing, but first and foremost, what we need to do is we need to talk about, now I'll keep those down. Let's talk about how you came to China.
Well, my story in...
What are you doing in China? How'd you get here?
Okay, right now I'm studying. I'm a student now.
Okay.
I came here because I came as an international exchange.
Okay.
I came as an au pair. I don't know, you know what is an au pair?
No.
Au pair program is like you go to a Chinese family, you teach the kids English, and you live with the family, and the family pay your Chinese classes.
Ah.
So that's why I learned Chinese. I lived with them 1 year, and after that I just continue my way, and I'm studying and just living by myself.
So total time in China right now is 1 year?
No.
How long?
Already 3 years.
3 years?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like it so far?
So far, so good.
Always Shenzhen?
Always Shenzhen, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe later when I finish, I would like to move to other cities. But
Yeah, you got to check out Shanghai, Beijing, all of these.
I've been there traveling, but yeah, of course, that would be nice.
So 3 years, what do you think? Longer, 3 more years? How long are you going to stay? What's your plan?
I cannot say, but you know, now I better stay here.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I would like to move other cities, maybe Beijing, Shanghai, or maybe other country. I don't know. Let's see.
Excellent.
Yes.
Okay, so like I said, Gal, you are exceptional at boxing, right? This is what I heard. I heard from Dewey, right, who was in the martial artist. He was here on the podcast, and he showed me a video, and I think you were sparring him.
Oh, you watched the video?
Yeah. He showed me this video. He was like, you got to talk to, and I think she should fight in your event, John. She should fight in your event. And I was like, yeah, connect us on WeChat. So that's actually where it all started. I saw you.
That's how I get popular there.
Yes, you were in the ring, and you were
Well,
jab.
I guess I have like a love story with boxing.
Okay. How did it all start?
It all started when I was 13 years old.
Okay.
I watching a movie with my mom. Like everything about this passion became when I was watching a movie with my mom. Maybe you know, guys, this movie is called $1 Million Baby.
$1 Million Baby,
Yes.
Clint Eastwood. I think Clint Eastwood actually produced that movie himself. Yeah, he loves this kind of movie.
It's an amazing movie.
Beautiful.
Since that moment, I was like, Mom, I wanna start training boxing. And she was like, No, did you see the end of the story? Like she died.
Yeah.
And then I was living with my mom at that time, and my parents are divorced. So I called my dad. Hey, Dad, I want to train boxing. And you know, okay, this is like very funny because my grandpa was a professional boxer.
Really?
Yes, and my dad was like, you really want to start boxing? I never met him. He passed away before I was born.
Oh, okay.
So it was kind of weird. And then my dad was like, yeah, supported me. Like, of course, I pay the classes for you.
Wow.
And my mom was like, no, I will not. I'm not going to pay, you know? So my dad was giving me money to train.
Okay.
But my mom didn't know. My mom didn't know I was training, but my dad was paying the classes, you know?
Okay.
So it was very interesting. And at one time, my mom like realized I was training, and she was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I told you I want to do this. Why you didn't support me? Anyway, so I started when I was 13, and then I moved with my dad, and then I found a very, very good gym in Mexico City, which is called Jordan Gym. It's very famous there. If you go there, like everybody from the low neighborhood know this place. Like,
where champions are made, right? These sorts of places.
Yeah. Maybe like Herrera is like a boxer. She's a very good boxer there, and she became like a champion there in Mexico.
Wow.
Like many famous boxers have become famous from that place. Of course, I have a very good coach. His name is Manuel Lopez. Everybody knows him. So
Manuel Lopez.
Manuel Lopez.
Okay.
Yeah, he also trained Christian. Like there are so many good boxers there. And he was the one who also trained me, and I was like very lucky to have him because he's very good. He's very good. If you are watching this, yeah, I love you. I miss you.
So he was your trainer. He took you to where you are right now.
Yes, he took me at that time. I was like studying, you know, and every time in the morning I was like studying, and in the afternoon, every day I went there, trained for a couple, like maybe 3 hours. It was amazing. I learned a lot. And you know, at that time, my sisters, I have 2 sisters, they were like, oh, you're losing so much weight, we should train. But for me, it was not about losing weight. For me, it was more something, you know, I can explain the feeling when I'm on the ring. It's like, it's very nice.
And wait, so you got that from watching just the movie, $1 Million Baby?
Yeah, I just watch it and I don't know, I feel something. I don't know how to explain it. But then when I start training, I realized that I really enjoy it, you know, because the feeling can change. But then when I start training, I was like, yeah, this is for me.
Is this because usually people that go into boxing or some kind of martial art, usually maybe they've been bullied, right?
Yeah.
Or it's something about them finding their their inner power.
Inner power.
Right?
That's what I feel, and my mom was so worried. Well, I would start training, so let me continue with the story.
Yes, continue.
I start training like harder and harder, and then at one point my dad was like, "You still want to continue training?" Like, yes. Then Manuel Lopez told me, "You want to start fighting?" I was like, "Yes."
Okay.
So I started fighting as amateur boxer, of course. That was very good memories of that time, because we went to these, again, low neighbors places with in Mexico we have more girls, like the girls really like to do this like boxing. We're more like passionate, more aggressive, I guess. I don't know. So I started by all my equipment, and the first time I fight, I was so nervous, like really nervous.
Do you remember your first fight?
Of course I remember. It was so nice. We went to a gym, like very crowded, and for these fights you have to wait long time because there are so many boxers, like amateur boxers who wants to fight.
And so amateur boxing, you need the ring experience, right?
Exactly. Of course, I have sparring. I have to do sparring before getting to a real fight. And because there was not many girls at that time, I have to do sparring with boys.
Okay.
Which helped me a lot because they were like not hitting me a lot, but they were like kind of teaching me how to move faster, how to skip the hits, and that was amazing at that time. And then
but it's in a gym. Your first fight, it's inside a gym, right?
No.
But it's not the gym that you trained at.
No. My first fight was, like in Mexico, maybe you have a gym, another one guy has another gym.
Yes.
So you guys get together in another gym, and you bring your fighters.
That's right. It's like an in-club fight,
exactly,
right? So you got this club versus this club.
Yeah.
It's a status thing. You're like, I'm from this gym. He's my trainer. Yeah, we're here to represent. It's this kind of thing.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, you're here to represent this gym. So we went to one of those guys' gyms, and I had to wait like long time. But it's like, for me to get ready for a fight was very challenging because you have to reach, of course, the weight.
You have to reach the weight.
Sleep well, eat well, train every day. I remember my sister had to put me a shot of like vitamins B or something to let my muscles relax before the day of the fight.
Wow. Okay.
And in Mexico we have like a routine, like we train every day, and then we go to the sauna to sweat, and then we go to the cold water. So it's like,
but what is that for? Is that for like circulation?
It's circulation, and also to lose weight faster, I guess.
Okay.
So
with your weight, how much weight did you have to lose in order for you to make this first fight?
Well, I am.
And why do they determine, like if it's your very first fight?
Yeah.
That's just something you'd have to explain to me, because for your very first fight, why is a weight cut so important? Why wouldn't the trainer just sort of assess where you are, maybe drop just a little bit, or even keep you at that same weight, get past your first fight, maybe your second, and then start serious weight cutting?
It was not that serious at the first fight. No, it was not that serious because actually, because I'm a tall girl, I was 15 years old at that time.
15 years old?
Yes,
in your very first fight?
Yeah, 15.
Wow, okay.
I was 15. Yeah, I was 15 actually. And there were no girls of my age, but of my weight, yes, because I'm tall. So they find me a girl with more experience. And
same weight as you, okay.
Same weight as me, and that was not very fair, of course. I lost that fight because, of course, she was like way better than me.
She had more experience.
Yes, and she was very good actually. I still remember that, and I felt so bad the first time, but I was like, okay, I keep doing it. I keep training, and I will win next one.
Okay.
So from that moment, I continued training. I got more like amateur fights, and my parents were always there. My mom was like always afraid, She was like.
So your mom, even though she didn't want you to do it, she would still come and watch your
Yes, she was amazing.
Oh, she must not have liked that though, right?
She was like, okay, you like this, I go with you. And she couldn't say no because my sister supported me, my dad supported me, and everybody went with me, and they were like very like, Gala, because I cannot eat before the fight, I have to wait until the fight is over to eat. So I have like, God, I'm so starved, please guys. And they were like, no, you have to wait, and maybe you are number 10 on the list because there are many fights, So you have to watch all the fights until it's your turn to fight.
Okay.
It's like very nice thing.
Is that something you wanted to do? You want to actually watch all the other?
Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you don't watch it. Sometimes you just wait with your family.
Yeah, you sort of stay in your little zone.
Yeah, of course. And you like, I don't know, see if you have the bands correct, like the gloves, like everything, the equipment you need to fight, and it's very interesting, like activities they do. Yeah.
Interesting. So
Yes.
10 fights. This is a 10 fight card.
Yeah.
Right. So it would have started like, let's say 2 in the afternoon maybe, and then like gone till late night.
Yeah,
right?
late night. Yeah, mostly
Okay.
late night. And in this kind of activities, you can have kids, like teenagers, adults, like girls.
Everybody's
boys.
enjoying it.
Everybody's joining. It's amazing because it's like a way of sharing a passion we have that is boxing, but also a way to become more professional what you're doing. So
Yes,
I
yeah.
really like this feeling.
That's right.
And so I was like, okay, I keep going. I won some of the fights, and in that moment I was like, yeah, I wanna keep doing it. And then I told my mom, I wanna be a professional fighter, and she was like, no. And my dad was like, really? My dad was like, okay, if you want to do it, you have to work harder. And I was like, yes, maybe I can do it. I was already like in high school, you know? And I remember my classmates were like, you really want to be a professional boxer? I was like, yeah, why not?
How many amateur fights had you had before you had that conversation with your parents where you said you wanted to be
That was like around the 10th, 11th.
10th, 11th amateur fight?
Yeah.
Wow.
But then this is the dramatic part of the story, because I started having like headaches.
Okay.
Like I started having like, because of course I train a lot. At that time I train a lot. I have like some sparring with people, and you get a lot of hits on your head.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes like even if you want to skip, it's a part of the training. You know, like you have to. Sometimes you have to. In Mexico we say fajarse. Fajarse is like you have to get there even if they're hitting you. You just cover yourself and try not to.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's very important.
So you start to get a bit of trauma to your head.
Exactly.
Lots of sparring, and you're telling me it's 11 amateur fights. That's already that's quite a good record. I would say.
It's good. Yeah. To be honest, I would love to keep doing it, but. Well, I went to the doctor. They say I have to stop fighting, and I was like, no. I mean, like I could not fight anymore like a professional, but I could still fight, of course, like do some sparring or like just train boxing. I could still do that. But for me, it was like I realized it was not for me, but it still is one of my passions. Like if you ask me, I really like it, and I feel so good when I'm doing it. Yes.
Can you give me in all those 11 fights, there probably were some times when you were hit, and you probably that girl was heavy, and I remember this one particular hit. Can you tell us about a fight that you really remember?
Yeah, for sure. I remember one what is like in Mexico City in a very famous gym that is Gimnasio Pitalua. Pitalua is one of very good boxers there. He was. Now he opened his own gym.
Okay.
And that one, it was very, very, very tough girl.
Okay.
She was shorter than me, but she was so strong. She was older than me as well, because normally in my fights, everybody was older than me. I was like the youngest.
Because you're taller, right?
Yeah.
It's about trying to match people on weight. You were always getting older, more experienced fighters.
Yeah, I am 60 kg, which is like what kind of
60 kgs.
Yes, like
60. That's your fight.
60,
61 maybe. That was it.
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
but they have some name like peso mosca, peso like it's like very lightweight or heavier.
Or straw weight.
I
think you're about it. That's a straw weight.
Yeah. I remember that girl. She was very good because I'm tall and I have long arms, so I just got with a jab and maybe I cross on the upper. But she was very good getting inside when she wanna hit me when I got the jab this
So
one.
she would counter your jab, right?
Yeah.
And she would go under.
And I remember one of the hits she gave me was the upper, uppercut. Oh, it hurt me a lot. I almost say I didn't want to continue, But I used to have a boyfriend at the time, and he was a boxer too. And he was like, "Come on, Gala, you can do it." Because we were on the corner, and she was like, "Oh, no, I cannot continue doing this." And he was like, "Yes, you can do it." I already have like a bruise on my eye, because
Wow.
I was very into the fight. Then I continue, and I don't know. My dad, my sister were shouting like, "Gala, come on, you can do it." My sister was like, "Come on," and I don't know, maybe that motivates you,
That's right.
Yeah.
That's where the $1 million baby kicks in.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Yeah.
I gotta do it.
Even you start like running out of breathe because it's very tiring. Like they say you have to run every day, and believe me, that's true. You have to have very good condition.
Yeah, your conditioning is so important.
I don't know if you know, guys, but boxing in Mexican boxing is like a lot of jumping, like more like jumping, like it's not very stable, like we move a lot. So that also that brings your energy away. So anyway, that fight, I was like, okay, I have to finish this fight. So for the amateur fights, they have like 3 rounds. Each round is
2 minutes?
3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
3 minutes, okay.
Yeah, which it's kind of long.
It is long. Yeah. Jeez, 3 minutes.
You say 3 minutes and you guys don't believe it.
Yeah.
When you are on the ring, it's like, when is it going to finish this round, please?
3 minutes is a lifetime.
Yeah. Imagine the professional fighters, like, it's like maybe 6, 12 rounds. So anyway, it was the last round, and I was like, yes, this is the last one, I can do it. So I just started like connecting hits. We say that, connect hits. I don't know if it's the right word. And then, the judge made me count those, because at the end, I won the fight.
So you got her on points.
Yes.
She had some big, heavy hits, but it wasn't enough to actually win.
Yeah, exactly.
You had the points.
I got the points, and I kind of tried to put it on the, how to say?
The ropes, put her on the ropes.
Put her on the ropes, because she was like, shorter than me. I was just like, like going there until I put it on the ropes, and then there was a moment I could actually hit her, I start punching, and maybe that's why I won that fight that time. But I remember she was very tough, and I was like, wow, okay, this is kind of,
that was one of your tougher fights.
One of those, yes.
Were there ones though that you won like very quickly? And this is going to be an interesting question, because you have a manager. Your manager, like Mexico, the boxing culture there is extremely strong, very strong. So when they're developing someone in boxing, I know that there's tricks that they do. I know that there's it's very influential over there, right?
Yeah.
So are you being set up with fights in your amateur career, some of which, yes, are challenging, but other ones are kind of just to build your confidence? You're just kind of like getting rid of, is this how it works?
You have everything. In the team we have at that time, I remember one of the coach was like, kind of not like telling me that I couldn't do it, but others were like, no, you can do it. Like, you have everything. Some people encourage you, and some people like brings you down. So you have to be like very confident about who you are and what you want to do. Like, be confident about yourself, because you are young, you're a woman, and people start saying you cannot do it. And you see girls older than you, but they are tougher. Like they grew up in a different kind of background. Like from the low neighbors, and you are like, I don't have this background, but I still love this sport.
I see. So there's other ones that they have a bit of an intimidation factor.
Sure. Like in Mexico, people think if you are like high level social class, you cannot be good at this.
I see.
It's kind of discriminating, but it's because most of the best fighters in Mexico are from the low neighborhood. Like they grew up in very poor family, and they become very famous by training and all these things. So sometimes if they see somebody who is not from that background, they start like bring you down, or telling you cannot do it.
That's right. I see. So there are some times when you are facing a challenge, you are fighting an opponent, and you really need to be like, okay, this is going to be tough. And then there's other times when your coaches are like, don't worry, this is good. Just wait for the 3rd round. You'll figure it out. Like
actually, my coach was very good, because Manuel Lopez, he was like always encourage me, like you can do it, like you are good. That's why I believe him is very good, because he's not lying to you. He's actually encouraging you to do better. And there are some coaches who actually they are just like, they even just don't even care about you. So you have everything there. It depends. That's why you need to have a good connection with your coach and be a good team together. Yes. And when you're in a fight, yes. I remember my coach was there with me, but also not even him. Also my sister. I have pictures, like they take pictures of myself like just shouting from the corner, like, and I was like, after sometimes I watch them, like, wow, it's amazing how people can actually encourage you. Not
the
just
support, right?
The support there, and yes, and it's not just the coach, also your family and your friends can do that.
So let's talk a little bit about actual Mexican style boxing, because like I told you before, there was Mark De La Rosa when he was here in Shenzhen and he was fighting in the UFC. I met his pad coach, and he told me a little bit about how the style of Mexican boxing and why they have this particular style. I found it so interesting, because being in China for so many years and actually discovering boxing in China, it's probably the majority of the coaches that I have worked with in China obviously would be Chinese, and the second would sort of be out of the Russian school of boxing.
Oh,
right?
Russians are good at it.
Yeah, they have a very a certain style. It's maybe that you don't go down as much, right? It's not very. It's kind of you stay out. It's very Klitschko, right?
Ours.
Yeah. So
Mexico.
tell me about Mexican style boxing. How do you interpret that? How do you understand it?
Well, of course, every person has different style. As they become more professional, they get their own style.
Yeah.
But we have of course, our basic. It's like, as you say, keep the distance, and we're always moving around, always moving. Mexican boxing is like very dynamic, like always moving, always like getting the distance, and then when you find the right moment, you just punch and get it there. And it's like, for me was. I didn't have the chance to develop my own style, but I think in a way I have it. But Mexican style is more like, how to say this? I would say like dynamic. Like we're always moving, always like we are very passionate, getting into the hits. There are some fighters who always like, just like try to gain some time and this, but no, we're like always like getting into the place where we can actually punch.
It's a very aggressive. It's very offensive. It isn't necessarily.
Yes, I don't want to say it is aggressive, but it is very passionate. Yeah, maybe we can say that. Yeah,
because like I was saying before, with Andy Ruiz, right?
Yes.
He took on Anthony Joshua, much taller, much more well-built individual, but just like you said there, it's. The very offensive. Andy Ruiz just went inside and he just was punching over the top, and he managed to actually bring down.
There is a punch very interesting which I love. They call it the scorpion. Maybe I don't know if you have seen it.
No.
So it's like this, and then when you find the right distance from this arm, it's not like a cross. It's like from here
to the top,
and then here you hit here.
Yes.
You hit here.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. I could never do that because it takes practice.
It's called the scorpion.
They call the scorpion, because of the shape of the arm, I guess.
Yeah.
And I could never do that, but I remember I have like a very good friend. His name is El Zurdo, and he's very famous in that area. And he used to have the best scorpion hit.
Jeez,
at that time.
it's something we got to try later when we do some training. That's interesting.
Yes.
But I think it's that kind of a punch and that kind of a style is good for if you're shorter and you find somebody that's taller.
Exactly.
You come down to the top, right?
For me, it was not like that. For me, I have to always like keep my distance, and then my challenge or the thing I have to work more is like getting to, because I'm tall. So I have so many problems when I was fighting, because when I get into, maybe the arm of the girl stuck here because I'm tall. So I have to practice the way I need to get inside.
Getting inside.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
sometimes as she would punch, you would go inside and you'll get stuck.
Yes.
I see.
So what I do, I used to hit on the stomach also, because we have one that is here and then go down, which I love that one because that was easier for me. But for example, uppers, I have to practice those more because it was like that was not very easy for me with short girls. Yeah.
Okay.
But with tall guys, that was good. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
But so now being in China, well, actually, wait. Before we come back to China, give me give me like an example of your training routine leading up to a fight. I'm in Mexico City. I'm inside this gym, right? And what do you do?
We have a process which.
What's the protocol?
Well, when you get into the Jordan gym, like everybody knows what to do, because imagine it's a big gym and there are like maybe 3 coaches. Okay. So you decide who do you want to train with, the first, second, and third. So people say this is the best. You can choose anybody. I choose Manuel, as I told you, and he has this kind of style. You get there first, of course, you stretch your body. Like we have some maybe 10-15 minutes of stretching. That's very important. And after that, always jump in the rope.
Rope jumps. Okay, so you just
jump in the rope, because you have to, you have condition. Also, you need to learn how to move your legs. The legs are most important there. Like your legs are your support in all the fight. So jumping the rope, also doing like shadow boxing. You need to have the weights weights. What's the name?
Yeah, you have little dumbbells.
Dumbbells.
Right?
You have dumbbells, of course, and this is hard because sometimes you have to hit very fast, and of course your muscles are burning. So we do the jumping rope, then that one, and then.
What sort of time? You walk in and you start jump roping?
No. Everybody has like the time. So the coach always has a time.
Okay.
And for example, when the 10 seconds are missing, he's like 10 seconds, and everybody. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Like everybody knows, like 10 seconds, the time is over. Like everybody 10 seconds. Imagine you are hitting the bag. I am jumping the rope, but I know it's 10 seconds. And then he say time. Everybody stops. Okay, then we drink water. We have to drink water, or at least like clean our mouth because we are like sweating a lot. So he used to put some water in our mouth and we just spit it in a big bucket.
Okay.
It's so disgusting, but it's the style of the place. How to sit, it's like very, very like that. So.
How many rounds would you do? How many rounds?
Three rounds. 3 rounds jumping the rope, 3 rounds with the shadow boxing, and then after that, bands. You start putting the bands.
Okay, you start the wraps, get your wraps on.
And then again, shadow, but without weight.
Okay.
It's just like, this is for your ability. This is for your just speed of moving, how you move. So you have without weight. First is with weight because you have to build some muscles, and then without weight. And after that, you get some, of course, gloves. Now the gloves. And then you start hitting the bag also 3 times. Maybe each time is 5 minutes, I guess. And after that, your coach can start giving you
pad
working, which was my favorite part. Pad working is my favorite part. It's so funny, and also.
So you've done at least 40 minutes of work by the time you get to pads.
Yeah.
You've done a lot of work.
Yeah. The training is like 1.5 hours, almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
And if you add that, the abs and the stretching, and it's like.
And this is you like 3-4 times a week. Like how often would you go?
I went from Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday.
I was going there Monday to Friday.
You get so fit doing that, right?
Yes.
I tell you, anyone who wants to lose weight, you can't beat that. You're just working, and it's all time-based work.
And you know what we do? We have like these kind of amazing belts or jackets, which are made of plastic. Also pants. Which we wear when we are training because we want to sweat.
Okay.
They even sell them downstairs of our gym. It's like you put a.
It's like
which one?
A sweatsuit. Yeah.
It's like
helps you sweat.
Exactly.
Lose the water.
Wetsuit. I remember I bought one. I couldn't wear the pants because I was like suffocating myself. But I wear the one that is like just a vest.
And you just lose water, right?
I lose water, and of course, before it's like I have good boost, and then no more boobs anymore.
Yeah. You get all shrunk, right?
Exactly.
You dry out, and then
But it's okay. It's part of the sport, so it's okay. Well, after the pad working, maybe you keep again hitting the bag, and then we have like a small. We call this pera, like a pier, but it's hanging from the wall, from a ceiling.
Oh, okay. And it's just a little ball, right?
It's like
it just swings.
Exactly, it swings. I love that too because it's about ability of moving and just like hitting that.
Oh, okay.
We have that too.
Like, okay. Oh, is it a speedball?
That one, a speedball.
Yeah, speedball.
Yeah.
Speedball.
Yeah, speedball. And then that also 3 times, and then after that, well, it depends. If you are going to do sparring, you don't have the pad working. If you're going to do sparring, actually, you don't even hit the bag. It's like just stretch, do some, like.
And then straight in for sparring.
Because they told you maybe 1 day or 2 days before you're going to do sparring, so you have to get ready for that. It's not like that day you start like training. It's like 2 days before. Okay, you're going to have sparring that day, so get ready. And after that. We do some like abs work. We have the stretch, and the abs work can be as long as you want. It depends how much energy you have to do it. It can be 20 minutes, it can be 30 minutes, but of course you don't want to burn yourself. It's like you go slowly, but good. Yeah.
So the sparring, how long would you do sparring? It's like 3 rounds again, or
3 rounds again, but it's not 3 minutes. It's like maybe 1.5 or 2. Not that long. Not that long.
Is it different partner every time?
Well, for me, they have to find you a suitable partner. Because sometimes, for me, sometimes I have guys because nobody wanted to fight with me. The girls were like very beginner, so they were like, or maybe the girl was very good, so that was not fair. But I have a very good friend. Her name is La Peligrosa. She's like one of my my best friends at that time. He helped me a lot. He was very professional. He is very professional. He has her gym there in Mexico, and she helped me to learn how to ski. She will have a lot of experience, and sometimes she hits me very hard. So that's why I learn more. You know.
Okay.
Yes. Because he was like, "God, you have to ski, you have to move, keep breathing." Because sometimes you forget about breathing. This is very important. Breathing all the time. And sometimes guys help me. The guys help me. But to be honest, I didn't think it helped me a lot because they were not very into the fight. They were just like, "Oh, I just a little bit."
Yeah, just take it easy. I'll take it easy on you.
Yeah, so it didn't really challenge me. Yeah. And yeah, that's basically what we do. Our training is like that, and sometimes if the coach finds it's okay, he can ask you for other exercises. I don't know, like legs or jumping more or whatever. It depends on him. Yeah, but it lasts around 2 hours.
Okay. With that sort of training protocol in Mexico and what it's done for the culture there, has the training in any way changed or become more advanced? Do you see anything changing in the boxing scene in Mexico? Like more advanced equipment, technology?
You mean nowadays?
Nowadays, yeah. Or is just what you described? If we went back to Mexico right now, is that what you'd get? Would that be?
Well, I went back to Mexico last year and I went to visit the gym, and they are doing exactly the same. Exactly the same. And you went there and you see the same coach. Maybe he's 60, 70 years old, but he's there.
That's his life, right?
Exactly. They are very like, they are like just doing the same. But it seems it's working because they still keep bringing new professional boxers. Of course, maybe at one time they have to bring some innovations to the training. But I think from that area, that's okay. That's what they need. And yeah, it's exactly the same. It's amazing how sometimes my coach posts some videos on on Facebook, like live videos.
Okay.
When they are training there, and it's the same, you know.
Exactly the same. Nothing's changed.
You can even see people who were there when you were there, like, wow, this guy is still there. Some people are not professional, you know. Some people just go because they need this, like they need.
It's a confidence builder.
It's a confidence builder. And if you want to know a funny story, I was very aggressive before boxing. When I was 12, I used to fight with my classmates in my school. Okay. Or if you were my friend and somebody says something to you, I used to go right away with that person and hit that person.
Wow. Okay. So you had anger issues.
Yeah.
Okay.
But after boxing, I was like, I don't want to hit anybody.
Calmed you down, right? You realize how powerful you are, and you're doing fights yourself, right? They're setting you up with amateur fights, so you don't need that.
It's like how powerful. It's like you can actually damage somebody, so you take care of that. You are not like, I don't want to hurt anybody. That's why you're like, okay, I know what can I do with my punches. Yeah,
with my skill, the way I move.
So I'm not going to take advantage of somebody who doesn't know how to do it, right? So I became very, very calm and actually very like, okay, I don't want to fight with anybody. But of course, if I need to do it, I will do it. You know, like sometimes I do it in China one time with a guy, and the guy was like, "Oh, she punched me with a fist." I thought it was amazing. His face was like, "Oh, she knows how to hit."
Yeah. Don't get on your dark side, right?
Yes. But of course, you don't wanna hurt anybody. Yeah.
What about like an injury? Do you remember an injury from someone you knew back in Mexico, from a fight or from training? Did you ever
from training or from fights?
From both, either. Did you have a friend?
Yeah, a lot of people, I remember some people always your lips when your lips always like bleeding. Even for me, you have bleeding lips because your teeth hits your lips and you start bleeding. Eyes when you in the gym, a lot of people have like injuries on their eyes, lips, a lot of bruises around the body,
the arms, just from hits and blocks, right?
Yeah, exactly, just from hits. In the sparring, you got a lot of hits. So after some minutes, you have a lot of bruises there. But nothing very like serious. Nothing broken bone or something like that. No, we normally don't.
It's not MMA, right? It's not MMA.
Yeah, MMA is like.
Yeah, we were talking about it, right? How the difference between boxing and MMA. And boxing, it is a dance, right? They say if you want to win a fight in boxing, you shouldn't fight your opponent. You should box your opponent.
You should box your opponent. Yeah.
So that's kind of the big difference. With MMA, it is a fight. It's a war. You're trying to take the guy's head off.
Like,
you're
exactly.
Using elbows and
everything. All your body,
going.
right?
Yeah,
yes. No, for boxing is more. I consider boxing like a very calm sport comparing with MMA or jiu-jitsu.
BJJ, got judo, all those ones that they're a little bit more attacking, right? A little bit more
attacking. I'm more attacking. A lot of people think boxing is very aggressive, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah. For me, it's like it's a sport. Actually, it's a sport.
It's very much a sport.
Yeah.
So coming to Shenzhen, coming to China, and obviously, I mean, what do you think of the situation of the boxing here? What do you think? What's going on?
Oh, when I came here, I was like, I really miss boxing. Let's find a boxing gym, like let's find a place where I can train. But it's it's not impossible, but I didn't have so much luck because, the way they train here is different, and I have already a style. And every time I get into a place, they were like modifying my steps, modifying my moves, and they want to modify my technique.
I see. And
I was but I can't. It's something I already have because it was the first thing I learned, and I just learned it that way. Of course, I try to learn more things to be better, but my style is my style, so I cannot change it. And you will see, we train, you will see like how is my style. So it's like it's kind of hard for me to change.
Yeah.
And I couldn't fight good. I wanted to fight here. But most of girls here in China, as you know, they are not very into this kind of a sport.
Yeah, this kind of engagement, right?
Exactly. Exactly. But so far, I couldn't find a very good place.
Yeah.
Until now, maybe.
Well, here we kind of this is just a meeting ground, sort of a fight club. We don't really have a format here at WCFN.
Yeah.
But looking at next year, 2021, it would be fun when we start doing events up, post COVID, we could get you in the ring. That would be really cool. That would be nice. That'd be very cool.
To find somebody who I could fight, that would be nice.
But you're very extremely experienced. You're very experienced. No. Think about it. Think of China. Think of white collar boxing in China. Yeah, and then you're female. So there's probably maybe one person in Shenzhen now, maybe in a number of women that have fought in WCFN that could perhaps engage you, probably be about just two.
Well, I will be glad to have that will be part of the record. It will be part of the record.
Yes.
Gala fighting in China. Yes, that will be nice. I will love it.
Let's see how it goes. But thanks, it was a great story.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I love to talk about this.
11 amateur fights.
Yes.
From Mexico, living in Shenzhen, looking for a place to train, and hopefully going to be fighting in WCFN.
Hopefully, yes.
Everybody, thank you so much for listening. Tune in for the next time we have someone equally as awesome as Gail over here. Gail, thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, John.
Bye.
Bye.